Imagine this. You're planning a trip. You search for a flight that used to cost $320. Today, that same route costs $610. You didn't upgrade. You didn't switch airlines. But your cost nearly doubled. So what's going on here? Why are airline ticket prices rising faster than wages, faster than inflation, and in some cases, faster than oil? Because today, flying is no longer just about travel. It's about money. And the truth behind rising ticket prices is hidden in the economics of global aviation. Let's start with demand. This year, over 5.2 billion people are expected to fly. That is a global record. Demand is surging across every continent. Leisure travel, business travel, and everything in between. But airlines are not scaling fast enough to meet that demand. And here's why. Thousands of aircraft are grounded due to a manufacturing flaw in Pratt & Whitney engines. That has caused a massive shortage in available seats. At the same time, Boeing is under government restrictions. They're only allowed to build 38 planes per month. That is far below what the market actually needs. When demand is rising and supply is stuck, prices go up. That is not just theory. That is pricing power in action. Now let's talk fuel. Jet fuel is one of the biggest expenses for airlines. Right now it is priced at around $87 per barrel. That is 21% higher than it was before the pandemic. But it doesn't stop there. Starting this year, flights leaving Europe must include a mandatory blend of sustainable aviation fuel. SAF, as it's called, is up to 3 times more expensive than regular jet fuel. The cost of flying green is being passed directly to you. Airlines are not absorbing that hit. You are. And by the way, if you want more financial breakdowns like this one, where we dig into how global industries shape your personal economy, then make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. We bring you the truth behind the numbers every single week. Now let's talk about labor. Pilots and flight crews across the world are renegotiating contracts. Some pilots are now earning over 270,000 euros per year. Globally, airline labor costs have risen more than 7%. And unlike fuel, salaries do not go down. Higher labor costs create long-term pressure on airline budgets. That pressure gets pushed onto ticket prices. And it's not just the people flying the plane. Ground crew, mechanics, dispatchers, and service staff are also earning more. The cost of running an airline has increased from every angle. Airports are no exception. Amsterdam is increasing fees by 33% over the next few years. London's air passenger duty is going up. Mumbai just introduced a higher airport tax. These charges get folded into every booking you make, quietly but powerfully. At the same time, airlines are struggling to grow their fleets. Airbus, Boeing's main competitor, is behind on production. They plan to build 75 planes a month. They are nowhere close. All of this creates a perfect financial storm. We have high demand, limited supply, expensive fuel, rising labor, and increased airport fees. Every single factor is driving prices higher. From a financial perspective, this is creating a loop of inflation. Revenue per seat is increasing. Fixed costs per flight are mostly stable. That means bigger margins for airlines. Delta expects over $4 billion in free cash flow this year. United and Emirates are also reporting record numbers. The aviation industry is becoming a profitable machine. Just not for you. Even with net margins around 3%, airlines are making serious money at scale. But passengers are paying more than ever. Travelers are flying less frequently. Companies are sending fewer employees on business trips. People are being forced to think of flying as a financial decision, not a convenience. So how can you protect your money? Book early. The closer you are to your travel date, the more you'll pay. Travel off-season. March, May, and October usually offer better value. And consider smaller airports. Some charge fewer taxes and lower fees. That alone can save you hundreds of dollars. But here's the real question. Is this our future? Will new technology bring prices back down? Or is air travel heading the same way as housing and healthcare, essential but increasingly out of reach? Because this isn't just a travel story. It's a financial one. In this decade, flying is no longer just about where you're going. It's about what you're willing to pay to get there. Airlines have turned flying into a high-margin business. And the only question left is this. Can you still afford to stay on board? If you want more stories that expose the money behind your everyday life, subscribe to the Money Manual right now. We break down the business behind the headlines and show you how it affects your bank account. Thanks for watching. Your next financial insight is one click away.